Creature in wood and you and cat you. Which secret use? You choose that working radio are going to be. Creature in wood and you next. You and can use spirit secrets by printing that method. To catch all the strips, you would maps to the new creature in wood and to the protect Seiyuji. All the could do spirit secrets like printed that method. You could match your pupils that will agent will win method. Agent will win method. This change will heal us. You believe.
Hello, Mr. Nygren here. Welcome to Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate. My Submod for under names are Ice Cream Man's mod Hyrule Total War. It's based on the version 3.7 or 3.8 version of Hyrule Total War, released in December 2014. This Submod was first released in December 2019, but this is the latest release from November 22nd, 2025. This is the Gerudo campaign. We just watched the intro. Alright, so we'll go back to the main menu now, so we have lowered the music, so I can't speak when it's maximum sound, and we wanted the max volume for the intro video. It was the same intro video as in 2021, in the older version of the mod. The intro video hadn't changed, unlike in the Hyrule King of Hyrule intro, which had been changed in 2023, I believe, in May. Okay, so we will play the freeform campaign where everyone spawns at the beginning of the campaign, and as you can see, we have the other factions. We have the Kingdom of Hyrule, led by Princess Zelda 1. We have the Gerudo, led by Twinrova and Ganondorf. Twinrova in the beginning for sure. We have the Gorons, led by Darunia. The Sora, led by King Farkos. Kiri, led by the Great Dig Tree. Koume, led by Silcaris, Fallen Sage. Luna Province, led by Mayor Bow. They are a province of the Kingdom of Hyrule. The Laniur Province, led by Queen Rupa. They are a province of the Sora, this faction. They are half-bloods, half Sora and half Hylian. In Hyrule they are Hylians. And then we have the Dick Scrubs, led by the Dick King. The Moblins, led by King Ganon. Dr. Legion, led by Salambar, officially. And by Bat with the Fortunate, unofficially. The Lizard was led by Queen Nadu the White. The Brunner Shreem, led by Queen Sladi Ambi. We have the Fairies of Torm, led by the Fairy Queen. The Undead Stalfos. Stalfos means Deuce of Bones, led by Lord Caso, formerly of Hyrule. With Sheikh Akader, led by Lord Aghanim. The King of Icana, led by King Igus to Icana. And we have the Forces to Twilight under Queen Midna. Forces to Twilight under Prince Sant. They are in a civil war. They are mostly the same units. They have some unique ones that the other one doesn't have in the civil war, and then when one of them is won, they get the units that they couldn't get. But I believe there is one unit that is unique to each that the other side won't get. And then we have the Order of Visru, led by Nostrum, officially this guy, but their true leader is the false goddess Hylia. We have the River Sora, led by Princess Sukuf, but King Sarasef is the commander of the army, and Princess Sukuf is like the brains of the faction. Then we have the minor factions, the Suna, led by Lord Bode. Sabrosa, led by Rosa, and the Tuki, led by Princess Tylo. As remnants, led by the Empress. Toronias, led by Mayor Ruyo. The minor factions, they have like 5 units in the campaign, so but they can also recruit any mercenary in the game. Other factions do not have every single mercenary. We have the Ukka, the goddesses faction. They are led by Demago, the First Age of Time, who is like the Pope of the game. And their heir is like the heir, the Sage of Time. This is Ukko, the commander Ukko, who is Link's mother in Nep's lore, and who was Queen Sirok of the Wind Tribe before she entered the heavens and became an Ukka higher being. So she's like the only hero of the Ukka with an actual custom model. The others had custom models, but not rigged for the game. They were only seen in cinematics. Like unrigged models existed for the others. But yeah, so Ukko was the one we could use in battle essentially. And then we have the Church of Miura, led by Miura himself, and there are also other heroes with Miura skins spawned during the campaign. We're gonna place the Gerudo. The short campaign we only need to hold 20 regions to win. The long campaign we need to hold 30 regions, including Hyrule Prime, Hyrule proper region, for 5 turns. That's the region with Hyrule Cast or Hyrule Prime. Okay, so we need to hold Kingdom of Hyrule's capital region for 5 turns to win and all 30 regions. In my old Gerudo campaign that I started in 2021 or 2020 actually, we started it in September or October 2020. I had conquered like 15 regions. I were halfway done conquering regions, and I had taken and been holding the Kingdom of Hyrule's capital for more than 5 turns. Soon I joined me and stuff, but I played the Hyrule Historia campaign with locked alliances. I didn't like that because at some point the Dark Knight Legion started to attack me, and then each turn the alliances with them was restored, so they continued to betray me over and over again with that end. So we didn't want to play the Hyrule Historia locked alliances campaign or the freeform campaign with locked alliances. We don't want locked alliances. As for the Hyrule Historia, it's fun, but I rather play the normal campaign, freeform campaign where everyone's spawns in the beginning. We'll play the Gerudo. Yeah. And strengths unmatched cavalry archers and dismounted archers. And weaknesses lack strong armor and infantry. Leaders Twinrova and Ganondorf. Twinrova is the leader at the beginning. The fusion of the witches Koume and Kotake. And then Ganondorf is a late game hero that spawns on turn 86, I believe. And they are the best archer and horse archer faction. This is their core unit. The Marauders, swordsman unit. Then they have the archer, the Dune archers, the best archer unit in the game, and then they have the general. Alright, and the year is 3 before Ganon. The area they start in is the Gerudo Desert, main color range, religion goddess acknowledgement, culture barbaric, rival factions Kingdom of Hyrule, cordial factions Dark Knight Legion, strengths, weaknesses and abilities. Archer masters. Gerudo are considered the best archers in all of Hyrule. They have superior archer units, mobile warriors. Gerudo are, it's hard to read because I'm a bit away from the TV plus the background FMV making it difficult. The Gerudo are a very mobile force and they are little armor. As such they are fast but much less durable in combat. Desert natives, the Gerudo excel in combat on desert lands. Friendly neighbors, many of the Gerudo's neighboring factions such as the Dark Knights, Moblins and Zuna are willing to trade and ally themselves. The Gerudo are an ancient people whom at one point in history had a vast and powerful empire. Over time various warlords of their race began to quarrel amongst themselves to the point where their conflict was spread to other races. Seeing the potential in the Gerudo, Moblin King Ganon offered them a place in his dominion as servants. Selfish warlords rejected his offer and declared war on the Moblins. As a result, King Ganon poisoned the Gerudo bloodline with unknown means, so that the Gerudo would never give birth to a male. For several decades, the male population of the Gerudo died off, leaving only their females in a desperate situation to restore their race. The answer to their problems where the vast resources of the neighboring land of Hyrule provided. Yes, the answer to their problems were the vast resources that the neighboring land of Hyrule provided. But unfortunately the Hylians were not too welcoming to Gerudo. As a result of their incursion, Gerudo and Hylians entered a long period of hostility, only female Gerudo being born and no males. The fear that the Gerudo will become extinct grows among their people with each passing day. Being a culture from a harsh land, the Gerudo themselves are a harsh people in a fight. They prefer to fight on horseback and with bows, and as such they are superior in the field of archery when in a fight. Being raised in a desert, however, has left them with little need for armor. Most Gerudo wear simple outfits with little protection. Despite the lack of Gerudo durability, they are a very potent and mobile force that should never be underestimated. Alright, we will start the game. I will skip the intro. Must die again. Gerudo. This is the welcome message. The Gerudo faction. I'll read it. I need to go move a bit closer to the screen. So, the Gerudo. Excuse me. Welcome, leader. Those of high standing bid you welcome to your position of power. As a leader of the Gerudo people, there is information that you should be told before you seek to bring our people to their former glory. We Gerudo are a dying people, and our cursed homeland cannot sustain us for much longer. Do not mistake our dire situation for weakness, though. The harsh desert has made us a very strong people, and in that we have the power and ambition to assure that our homeland will not become our grave. We must expand and secure the vast resources that Hyrule to the east provides. We must not fear to bring the sword on those that would deny us. The arrogant and self-righteous Hylians are the first that come to mind. Life is dictated by strife, so fear not bringing strife to assure our survival. Despite this, there are potential allies and friends in the dangerous lands to the west and south. Do not take the Cliff Lords and the Moblins lightly. Uncertain, do not take their cordiality for granted. We as a people must expand or die. Our lands are running out of resources. Curse that Lord Ganon placed has all but exterminated our men and the once powerful warlords. May power be with you, leader, and may you lead the Gerudo to tomorrow. Then we have this message: defeat the Simnan took Gabe because they have 2 areas and they need 3 to win, but it's the Labyrinthine capital. They cannot take that, they are too weak. It's kind of an in-game joke. Let's put this on auto-managed taxes only on this in the middle. The Gerudo are also one of the goddess worshipping factions. They can also ask the Sage of Time, the Pope of this mod, to call a crusade, cleansing in this mod, against one of the other factions. The Gerudo and the rest are essentially their enemies. King of Hyrule, the Gorons, the Sora, Kiri, Runa province, the province of Hyrule, the Lanir province, the province of the Sora, and Sheikah, the King of Hyrule, is independent, like assassin organization. They are usually not independent, but in this mod they are. Huskus remnants, they are minor faction. Diplomacy, the Gerudo, we have the goddess worship, religion, reputation is mixed. We are allied to the Moblins, the Dark Legion, the Lisselfoss, and the Uka. We are at war with the rebels, the wild animals, the Stalfoss, the Undead, and the Runa province, and the Kingdom of Hyrule. Yeah, and we need to hold Hyrule Prime, or Hyrule Castle, for 5 turns to win, and we need 30 regions. We start with 5 regions, we have no leaders. Leaders and heirs do not matter in this mod, unlike in other modes for medieval game. So you win by taking all the areas of the enemy and then holding, and then waiting 10 turns, then they will be exterminated. But there are a few immortal factions like the Undead, Stalfos, the River Sora, and the Sheikah. No, not the Sheikah. The River Sora, the Stalfos, and the Twilight. Maybe someone else too. So we can see the Council of Sages here too. We have agents, we have a priest, Nabooru, and Koalu. We cannot really do much with them, they are in the corner there. We have them over here, Koalu and Nabooru. There's priest agents. There's Council of Sages members. Okay, we will recruit some staff. We can start in the capital of Ashnon. Glaive Grunts and Marauders. Let's go with the Dune Archers. Go with infantry here at Paladorf. And Ayloch, we can go with the archer range. In Paladorf, we can go with the infantry, the Gerudo army post. Ayloch, go with the archer range. We're back in Ashnon. Here we'll hire Ashnon generals, actually general, and Vegans immediately. There's nothing to recruit right now at Submod. In Ayloch we can go for a bunch of units. We'll go with the Knuckles first, Gold Knuckles, the Iron Knuckles and the Bronze Knuckles. Nothing in Paladorf in the beginning, nothing in Ayloch. We're back in Ashnon, okay. We have 5 regions, 1 castle and 4 cities. 2 different custom settlements, one that looks like our capital, used by Ayloch, and Ashton itself, the capital, and has Paladorf, and then we have Ayloch using the temple, spirit temple, which is the spirit temple, Then we have another area here with another dwarf that's also using Ashnod. So we have many Ashnod looking areas. Plus one area with the Spirit Temple. But there are a few Gerudo areas we haven't conquered yet. At least one more of this bit down there. Aslusus, I believe, and then there is another area down there. It wasn't Hasanadorf, it was Paladorf. Hasanadorf is down there. And is using their Spirit Temple model, I believe. Let's just end the turn. A very fast end turns on the first turn. Okay, we won't read this. We won't read it neither, but basically the Order of the Viceroy was spawning early. Turn 5, the Kingdom of Arcana is spawning early too, and the Shreikar spawning early on turn 3 or 4. The Stallord are spawning early. We have the heroes, we'll only read about other heroes. No one else. Not all heroes have welcome messages, but most of them. Skip all of these. Twinrova, Gerudo Sorceress. I am Twinrova, the throne holder of the Gerudo. Ever since the last male Gerudo was arrested to the sands, I have managed our people. We must we must seek a means to secure our survival, and I am confident you will help me accomplish that goal. Twinrova is now serving as general in your army. And she doesn't have a bodyguard anymore. She used to have the bodyguard known as the Ashnod Generals, which is its own unit now. And instead she's a giant hero. There are no mount slots left for her, that's why she wasn't a giant, I believe, but I removed some Hyrule Historia unique units, and including 3 mounts, so I opened up a slot for this character. To be a giant single unit entity. Traits: Assassin Master, Corrupt, Deceiver of Virtue, Good Diplomacy, Intelligent. Nabooru, Sage of Spirits. You may call me Nabooru. I am the Sage of Spirits, though this profession is a secret from most of the Gerudo. I would appreciate that being confidential, and I will serve without question so long as that remains the case. Nabooru is now serving as general in your army. Bodyguard consists of Gerudo dwarves. Trait: Sage, Counter Spy, Just, Logistical Skill, I see. Pragmatic, Spy Master. The brochure discovered, yeah, the lands of here are discovered, held by the xenophobic Zabrosian people. There are a lot of resources there we can get. Relations improved, Dark Knot Legion. We have perfect relations with the Dark Knuts. Recruitment report, we have the Ashnod Generals and the Wolvegians at Ashnod, the capital. By the way, I see that we have the Dark Knot UI. That's not supposed to be the case. So you need to exit and restart. Forgot that we hadn't picked the proper UI. I want, of course, to use the Gerudo UI. The Gerudo Archery Range. Faction Announcements, Twinrova, Gerudo, Nabooru Gerudo, Twinrova, General Rank. Increases the performance of soldiers and development of cities. Twinrova, Ashnod Attire. +1 defense, +2 authority, +2 command. And Fire and Ice Gem, +1 authority, +1, +3 unit training. Twinrova, Ice Scimitar, +1 attack, +1 authority. Twinrova, Fire Scimitar, +1 attack, +1 authority. Twinrova, Witch's Broom, +2 movement points, +2 command. Twinrova, Spirit Seal, +2 authority, +1 constitution. Nabooru general rank, Nabooru pink Gerudo outfit +1 defense, Nabooru Gerudo scimitar +1 attack, and Nabooru spirit medallion +1 local popularity and +1 unrest. And the Stalfos are the strongest overall faction in the world. We are at place 8 overall. They have the strongest military as well, and we are at place 10 out of 28 factions. The Order of the Wisdom has the best financial situation now. We are at place 23, and the Oruna province has the best production. We are at place 10. The Gorons have the largest population. We are at place 9. Okay. We have some troops. Marauders. Now we have spawn with the characters. We'll save here. Gerudo 00. Because I don't want the dark UI. We have to do this. Alright, 2 barbaric, Gerudo 1. Now we'll start the game with the unique custom UI, then we need to exit, because if we do not start the game with the M2TV EOP tool, giants and others will crash. Giants and spiders, etc. will crash. Elephant based giants will crash. On Windows 10 and 11 especially. It can also randomly crash on Windows 7, but they rarely do on Windows 7. Except the Masura Cavalry of the Darkness Legion and the Shadow Bloats of the Forces of Twilight, they crash almost all the time. On Windows 7 they do crash pretty much as soon as you put the camera on them. But another unit rarely crashes on Windows 7, but do crash almost immediately on Windows 10 and 11, especially Windows 10. So we have started the game, but we will exit, and then we will go to m2eop.exe. Start the mod, because we need a creature fix here. Prevents certain units like giants from crashing. You started the AUI.bat file to change the UI. Something better than the dark map one. Now let's skip the intro. And we'll load the save. Gerudo 00. Every day you walk, you step on an unmanned sea in Russian proverb. Winter one before Ganon is the year. You see Lord Aghanim, the leader of the Sheikh here, and his bodyguard of Kingmakers, they are wizards. Starting to get tired. It's in the middle of the night now. I wanted to do one episode with Gerudo. I don't know how long we will play. We'll try to do what we had done in 2024, I believe, when I started this campaign again. But unfortunately I had a very slow HDD hard drive at the time, because my SSD that I bought in 2020 had broken down, so I had to use my old HDD from 2009. That still works fine, but it's slow as all hell. So it took like between 3.5 to 5 minutes each turn with the new SSD drives that I bought in 2025, I believe. In March 2025, the end turn times are much faster. No, it's still the Dark Knight Legion. It didn't work. Then I know why it doesn't work. I need to exit. And the reason it doesn't work is because I have changed the folder to be... Because really we need to go to UI. And interface Gerudo. Need to change this, of course. Dark Nut and this one needs to be used instead. I forgot to use the Visrobe UI as well, and I play the Visrobe, so in any future episodes we'll have to use the custom UI for the order of the Visrobe as well. It looks better that way. Right, I will load the campaign. Gerudo 00. The Hylia Marine, city of the Kingdom of Hyrule. Hylian troops inside the plaza. Do not give your foes much credit, even those amongst the clouds are at fault. Good go. Right, we're back in the campaign. We have the Gerudo UI, see the Gerudo symbols, Gerudo buttons, we have the Gerudo Marauder here, we have Ganondorf here on the event picture. Now it's better. We have 4 units of Glaive Grunts, the Spearman of the Gerudo. 4 attack, 3 charge bonus, 5 defense, 1 hit points. Can do skill room, bonus fighting cavalry, combat bonus and wounds. They are the spearmen. We have also the marauders, the swordsmen. 6 attack, 3 charge bonus, 5 defense, 1 hit points, good combat bonus in desert, good morale, good stamina. They have 2 armor upgrades now too. We have Nabooru here. Very custom model. You can hire 1 mercenary. They are marauders. The reason we can recruit them is because there were some kind of issue where they never renewed as mercenaries. So because I wanted them available more than once, I had to add them as recruitable. But they are recruitable only from Paladorf and from an area here, Moruge, held by the Gohma. And only the Gerudo and the Lizardfoss can recruit them from those areas. They are very limited still, but now you at least can get more than 1 of them. We'll recruit some Dune archers in Ayloch. And go for the Gerudo army post there as well. In Ashenon capital, you can go for the, let's see, Gerudo archer range training ground add-on. We'll get scouts and ice archers, mounted scouts and mounted Dune archers in the stable add-on. Then we have the Gerudo army outpost. I think we'll go for the stable add-on here in the capital. We'll also recruit some Dune archers there. Some marauders here. Go for the Gerudo archer range here. We'll go for the Ice Archers training ground add-on. And we cannot recruit anything new right now. Could start forming the army. 2 units are here towards Ashnon. Let's move Twinrova and her army. Three units there. Move these troops too. These 2 units. And on turn 3, I don't know if anything happened on turn 3, but New Link will spawn on either turn 3 or turn 4. I think it's turn 4. And Roa is a bit younger than on her picture. This is how she looked originally, because this was seen as hair, but it's not really hair in lore. The blue one is an ice beam and the red one is fire beam. So they changed it so that it's entirely red and the other one is entirely blue. We removed the grey colors, but she still has grey hair on the head. We also altered the face a bit so she no longer looks like an old hag. She's a witch, but in the official game she was actually kinda hot, so she has grey hair, and this is not hair, this is like fire and ice beams. And her face looks more beautiful. Okay, so let's end the turn. Mirrors, the portal has opened. Forces the Twilight have arrived. Shake started to spawn. A new unit of Marauders at Paladorf. Instruction report, we have the Gerudo Archer range at Paladorf and the Gerudo army post at Ayloch. And a town report, the Gohma are the strongest militarily and overall. This army back to the capital for now. These 2 down there. These 2 to Ashnon. Move Nabooru as well. Now we can recruit some and construct some stuff, so we need a Gerudo Archer range at Paladorf. Ayloch, we could use trails. Ashnon, we are still constructing the Gerudo Archer range. Paladorf can upgrade the village. Paladorf we are still constructing. Archer range. Training ground add-on. Okay, so we are done here. We need to recruit some units too. Let's go with the Dune Archers and the Glaive Grunts. We can only recruit 1. Then we go for the Archers. We're still recruiting in Paladorf. Paladorf cost the same. Go with the Marauders. So we have fewer of them. And we are done there. Could send one of these. They didn't have any movement points. But we need some more units. We'll end the turn. Such an annoying sound when I have the microphone on in the background. Like this annoying sound in the background. I don't know how to fix it. You probably need a new headset. The orders to Vistorp have spawned. Are about to spawn. The resort has spawned as well. Different locations. The attack presses route to Sage of Water spawns for the Sora on turn 4. The new general is now serving the Gerudo people, my lord. Take her out as your capital. And Runa province with poor relations. Lines and tatters, shaking the kingdom of Hyrule, shaking the Runa province, and the shaking and the Uga because they spawned. That's like a treasonous act against the King of Hyrule and its allies. The alliance with the King of Hyrule is automatically enforced once. So now we have a new general, and we have the Dune Archers in Ashnon, the capital, and the Archers the Marauders in Aldorf, Bronze Knuckles in Ayloch, and Dune Archers in Ayloch. Construction report for new buildings and trails. Faction announcements. Nabooru, General, Aspiring Commander +2 command. Gerudo, Aspiring Commander +2 command. Triforce of Courage, Wielder Link. Highland, Triforce of Courage, Wielder Link, Aspiring Commander +2 command. Nabooru, General rank. Gerudo, or Gerudo actually. General rank, and Triforce of Courage with a Link, General rank, and Triforce of Courage with a Link, Mirror Shield +1 defense +1 law, Triforce of Courage with a Link, the Master Sword +3 troop morale +2 command. So Link in the Gerudo has a different shield than other Links. This is Nabooru, General. Then we have Gerudo. The bodyguard, by the way, is Gerudo bodyguard. We have Nabooru here. Here is Link. Spawns over here. He has the mirror shield instead of the Hylian shield. Still has the Master Sword and the General rank. He has a bodyguard of 2 guards. Only HT Gerudo unit. We have Link here. Unique skin. He looks exactly the same in battle. The Twilight Princess Link unique skin. Skin was made by Codeman. Okay, so remove the bronze knuckles. Okay. More of these. 5 of these guys. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's one too many. Want to do not choose 2. These unique units. Then we want 2 more knuckles. Maybe another data marauder unit. Right. Paladorf, we'll see what else we can build. Get the armor post in Ayloch for sure. Trails in Paladorf. We can upgrade Ayloch to a town. And then get the armor post in Ashnon, the capital. That's the recruitment. Paladorf can now get scouts. Fewer numbers, 26, but a very long range. Dune archers and the ice archers. Scouts are very cheap. We go to data marauders. We go to Dune archers. Here we'll go with, I believe, the marauders. Ashnon, we can go with the general. And mounted scouts. We'll go with the mounted Dune archers. And we have no money. Right. Need more troops for Nabooru there. This area borders Hyrule. Still move out the Dune archers. Right, let's end the town. Triforce of Courage, wielder, Link. A different title here. Between other factions. More Riversora invasions. The undead are upon us. The Stalfos have fully spawned now. They have poor relations with the Kingdom of Hyrule and abysmal relations with the Gohma spiders. Body clad Riversora spawned and attacked the Luna province, the Kingdom of Hyrule, and the Dick tribes. New troops now, including the Iron Knuckles and the Gold Knuckles. Construction report for new buildings. Right. We want obviously to add Iron Knuckles to Link's army. The Gold Knuckles. Some Dune archers. These two Archer Unit 2. Yes, I fill armor now. Good. Send another unit to Marauders. Got Nabooru. Send some generals too for now. Right, now you can recruit and build some stuff. Has add-on. Oh, stable add-on. Good. Palace add-on to give us the Tomb Guards, Gerudo Desert, which is level down. And we can go for the Mounted Scouts. The capital. Glaive Grunts, Paladorf. That. Ayloch. Go for the Ice Archers. The Dune Archers. Glaive Grunts in Ayloch. And they're done here. Stealth General, Class General Stallord. He's very OP. Single unit giant. He might attack us, he's in our lands. We have no ranged units here. We can't fight Stallord. Here we have some ranged units. He's pretty much mortal against the infantry. And the town. Koume seem to be invading. Paladorf. We'll send Nabooru back there, or Link maybe. Might send Link there. So the Gohma will be the first enemy, unexpectedly. Stallord also attacked an area. Can't fight Stallord with infantry, you're fucked. Let's resolve that. We won the battle. It was a bad start. More River invasions. And to occupy the Paladorf settlement by the undead. Town report: Elizabeth has the strongest army and is the strongest faction. Recruitment report of new troops. War the Gohma and the Gerudo. This is an infantry army. That I will send Link, I think. We'll send the army at least. I have another army leading it. Couldn't even reach the way there. All the way. Okay. We'll let Nabooru lead the army. Can't attack this time. Okay. Back down. Good. Place one unit of Glaive Grunts there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Marauders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I regret doing that. I want 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this. Iron Knuckles, Bronze Knuckles, Gold Knuckles inside. Can add there are Marauders too. And Wolvagians. 3 units of Dune Archers. Can add 5 units of Marauders. 5 units of 4 units of Glaive Grunts. Done. Right, Link. Send it Glaive Grunts from Ayloch. Unit of Dune Archers from Paladorf. Stallord have smaller relations. Has passed in their lands. Another Wolvagian would be good. The Glaive Grunt unit. No money. Okay, let's end the turn. The Gohma are attacking Paladorf now too. They're attacking from 2 fronts there. Looks like we'll have to fight the Gohma first. And the turn report. Right. Mission announcements. Here we are. Inspiring commander plus 2 command. General rank. Construction completed. Ayloch is a town. And we have a Gerudo army outpost palace add-on in Ashen on the capital. Recruitment report, we have a new general. New Wolvagians, Glaive Grunts, Archers and new Archers. 3 Gohmas are attacking over here, or about to attack. his general towards Paladorf. The army. Second army. This could be in the capital. Alright, we're facing Gohma juveniles and Gohma larvae and the adolescents that throw stones. Okay. 2 units of larvae, yeah. One of the adolescents, they are slightly better infantry and then the juveniles. I think we will end it here. I'm too tired to speak, but we will continue this episode. It's not a finished episode. We want a few battles too. But we'll end it here. We are about to fight the Gohma. Okay, thanks for watching. See ya later. Hello, Mr. Nygren here. Welcome to Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate. We are back. We are continuing the episode. You know what the mod is. It's the Submod. So, based on the 2014 version of Hyrule Total War by Ice Cream Man. I only did the Submod, Classic Ultimate, which is a Submod that expanded on the original mod from 2014. So we are about to fight the Gohma here, and I think we will fight the battle on the battle map, and we'll start the battle. Our army is led by Nabooru, Sage of Spirits, and we have an allied army under a captain, and the enemy is just the captain of Gohma, Gohma Queen, with 4 units of Gohma. We will win easily. Could have resolved this one, but we haven't done any battles, and I want to take a look at the units too. This is the new version of Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate released on November 22nd, 2025. So there are some differences. We will have the camera mode on, so you can zoom in and out without limits. Okay, so army. We have the Volvagians. You can only get from, I believe, 2 areas on the map. I believe, or 3. I know that the Lizard was get them from their capital at Farum Prime. I don't remember if the Gerudo can get them from there. We can get them from the Gerudo capital, Farsnon. Then they are also available, I believe, from Kokolokia, unless I misremember. It's been a while since I did the recruitment for these units. It was back in 2019 or 2018. We had the Dune archers, the best archers in the mod. Alright, so I've just eaten, break fast and showered, and now it's time to continue this. I took a pause, I went to bed, and it's been many hours since I played the first half of the video. I didn't want that to be the end. We hadn't played any battles, we hadn't fought any battles, and hadn't checked any units in real time. Here we have the ice archers. They are even better than the Dune archers, but they are fewer in numbers. They have a unique ice projectile, really cool. Tried porting it to Water to the War at some point, or it was Faerun to the War, but it was difficult to port a projectile. I managed to port all the projectiles to Great Sea to the War and to from 4.6 to Classic Ultimate, but it was more difficult to port them to a different mod. I believe Warcraft had a maximum number of projectiles. It would bug out other projectiles, and Faerun doesn't have nearly enough projectiles that are custom, but for some reason the ice projectile never showed up until I tried to go over exactly everything. Some text file was probably not correct, causing it to not be the ice projectile. Really wanted the ice projectile for one of the units there, the water genase or something like that. used by the Empire of Kalimshan. You have the Ashman Generals. They used to be the unique bodyguard of Twinrova, the past faction leader. Fusion between the witches Koume and Kotake. But now they are their own unit because we made Twinrova a giant hero. So Twinrova always had a giant model that fit the animations and the skeletons of the fairy generals. So essentially she was a giant, but it wasn't used as such because there were no room left. There was a limit in the discrete mount file, so you could only have a certain amount of mounts, and there were no room for her. I removed some of the Hyrule Historia giants and mounts, so that's why we could do. They have the gold knuckles too as a unit, but all of these were in the 2019 release. They are not really new. And the gold knuckles are officers too, like they originally were intended. I believe Nep had made a model to be an officer, like they are here. The problem is that they have a fast animation, so they run and walk faster than the actual iron knuckles and bronze knuckles, causing them to always be ahead of the rest of the unit, but they were intended to be an officer, like this in the past, for the knuckle units. Like you have these abominations, bronze knuckles and iron knuckles, that are like abominations, but with male Gerudo spirits inside, and female gold knuckles are not spirits, they are actually women in the armor suits. That's why they are smaller, and they were supposed to be able to control the spirits of the other ones. So it's like this one is control of the rest, but this one is alive, and the others are just abominations without minds. I of course made a unit based on the tool. And yeah, that's their heavy infantry. Then they have the marauders. They could hire one of these as a mercenary outside of Paladorf, like we did here with one of the units. Anyway, they believe we have two. But after that, they never renewed, so you could never get more than one of these in the campaign, and only very few could get them. I believe the Dark Knight Legion has a different system of mercenaries where you can, it's the Dark Knight Legion you can get them, but from a certain mercenary building, it's very weird, because it has random units available every time it's connected to a script. But besides the Dark Knight Legion, the Gerudo could get them, maybe the Lizard Force, I don't remember. But let's say the Gerudo, then they could get them as a mercenary outside of Paladorf, but then they will never renew the recruitment, and I didn't know how to fix that. So I believe earlier I tried to make them more common, but they ended up being available to everyone, including the Gohma, which I didn't want. So instead I decided to make them recruitable as normal units, but from Paladorf only and from Moruge, because they were said to be like patrols. So yeah, let's see, a particularly feral group of people there are believed to be relatives to modern Lizardfoss. And most Lizardfoss migrated south into the Hyrule forest from the Des Mountain ranges. The Daira migrated west into the Misery Mire, where Moruge is located, and other swamplands of Hyrule. We are one of the few races to have survived against the native Gohma, and are often hired as guides to travel for travelers intending to pace through the Misery Mire. In recent times, the Daira have begun to migrate south into the Gerudo Desert, where both the Gerudo and the Darkness have made uneasy pact with them, so essentially they should be available in both the Misery Mire and in the Gerudo area, and Paladorf and Moruge, the two areas that are connected. Made the most sense, especially since the mercenary units were available in the desert outside of Paladorf. So you can recruit an endless amount of these now, but they have, of course, they have some replenishment, and you can only get them from two areas on the map, and we only start with one of the areas, Paladorf. The other one we need to conquer, Moruge from the Gohma. Was But others, they have 2 armor upgrades. The captain and the general don't have armor upgrades, but it will take a while until you get armor upgrades. You would need to have the barracks upgraded or take an area from Hyrule or another faction that has that, and then you would need to upgrade them, then they would get better armor. You also only have 1 sword. When they are upgraded, they get 2 swords. We have the Glaive Grunts, of course, the spearmen. Essentially we have the archers, we have the spearmen, and we have the swordsmen. And the swordsmen can be armor upgraded. These guys are like heavy infantry, regional troops. Oh, excuse me. Okay, they needed more of the heavy infantry. They had the knuckles, but they are extremely slow. With the exception of the gold knuckles, they are a bit faster. The unit was really cool. I added this actually when I started the submod. I believe it was back in... I posted it on Total War Center in November 2016, but they added this unit already before that. I believe already in March 2016, I believe. I added this because I remember adding this unit when my adopted father visited, and that was in March 2016. So, because I showed him my mod for Final Fantasy VII, where I added new animations for a character, and we discussed the process involved. And around that time, I also added the old knuckles. So the mod was started before it was posted on the War Center, but it was never really worked on back then much. I did very little in 2016, very little in 2017. It was only in November 2018 where I started to mod this submod for real. So it was a project before I started to focus on it. Yes, I focused on it a lot between 2018 in November and summer of 2019. That's when the majority of the stuff were done, and then after that it's been updated here and there, fixed after I started campaigns and found bugs, or improved the gameplay, improved the scripts, improved the features, added new features, etc. So in 2023 it had a huge update for sure. In 2021 I added I believe 68 or 78 or something like that. No, I think it was 86 new strat moves. And in 2023 I added even more, 76 additional ones I think, and added a lot of gameplay updates and features. But in the last 2 years it received some updates too. But I can't see that the Gerudo have any differences here. I think all of this was available. I think the Diorama orders were made more common in 2023, I believe. So they are not that old. That's the most recent change for the Gerudo here. I used to play them a lot since I updated them. I started a new campaign as the Gerudo in, I believe, in 2024, in April or so, March. Maybe April, and then I only played 1 episode because he had an old HDD hard drive. It took forever. It took 3.5 to 5 minutes every turn, and most of the hour was spent in the end turn phase. So of course I didn't feel like doing more episodes because of the long turn times. Now we have an SSD, so it's much faster. Okay, let's see. We have the infantry. We want to use core infantry and spearmen, of course, but we also want to use the archers. Maybe we can kill a lot of them with our archers, actually. Archers could be loose formation, fire drill. Our heavy infantry could be 1 group as well. It's good that we have more of the Diorama orders here. Having 1 unit only in the entire campaign was a bit boring, especially since Gerudo are in need of heavy infantry. They don't have that good stats, but they have 7 defense. Bonus fighting cavalry is good. excellent morale, can't hide very good stamina. The count is heavy infantry, so that's good. Also have the ice archers, they can be in the same group as the other archers and lose formation. Need to move them, they couldn't use lose formation there. They were too close to the border, now we move them back. Now the Regans can be lose formation too. And Arsenal generals can be in the heavy infantry group. Nabooru has a special ability, Survivalist. Reduces the rate of fatigue for your soldiers while effect lasts. Okay. Reduce it. And Gerudo have a very long range fire. We'll send our infantry against Gohma. Oh, that was not an infantry unit, so it doesn't matter. Send the marauders anyway. Gohma juveniles, larvae. That's the basic infantry, and these are slightly better. And then these are range units that throw stones. We have way better range units. Larvae is the best range unit. The best ranged faction in the game, so could order the Vegans to stop firing so they don't fire into our own troops. So the Gohma attacked the Gerudo Desert. They never did that in the old Let's Play from 2021, because the Gohma were bankrupted from the start due to the giant heroes Lucaris, the Fallen Sage, also known as Lucaris the Ugly, and of course the Matriarch, the giant spider. So because of these units they were bankrupted, and then a faction controlled by the AI is bankrupted, they will never do anything in the game. Same with if you become a vassal of someone, it's the AI or the player, then all the money from the faction goes to the faction that you became a vassal, so you essentially pay them all your money. So you will never be able to recruit or build anything, and you will never be able to act, essentially. Because when you're a vassal, you're not supposed to do independent moves. Sent forth and marauders. I believe they are the better infantry units to use. Our archers are firing. They would like to see those ice projectiles. Yeah, so one there. Kill their general. One good thing about these is that they have very long range. The ice archers do not have as long range. They just move a bit closer so they can fire. Use the survivalist to build again. Always liked how these guys look. They were cool. The ice profile is very unique. Never seen that in another mod. They have the same cape as Ganondorf, the late game leader, king of the Gerudo. This is the ice projectile. It's pretty cool. The fire genasi of Hyrule Total War used the fire ammo projectiles. I thought this one would fit the water genasi, but the problem was I failed to pick it over. Otherwise I would have wanted that projectile for the water genasi, or storm genasi actually. They are not water but storm. Would make sense. The fire genasi had a fire projectile, and the storm genasi had the ice projectile. It looks waterish. Gohma are very numerous, even with just 4 units, so that's why it took a while to kill them. These are the ranged units. Can move forward with the ranged units. Our faction and attack these guys. They're back and forth. Alright. Yeah, it's really cool, that point. It's very different. Reduces the rate of fatigue for your soldiers. Worth using. I think they are broken. These guys are wavering. Let's continue the battle. Need to use the other units. Nabooru Sage of Spirits. She's a bigger, taller Gerudo Desert. That's why her feet is a bit below ground. She's bigger than the skeleton. She would look more correct if she was an officer, but that would suck. Unlike Twinrova, she doesn't have her knees below ground, like Twinrova would be around here. The bottom. She is too small to be a guy and wouldn't fit the animation. Their bodyguard, Gerudo Dwarfs. They have different weapons, like I believe there were like 10 different weapons. Because I moved the weapons over to the HD model. There were like 10 different ones. I did that back in 2018. The HD model wasn't finished until October last year, I believe, November. Kill 91%, lost 5%, we can exit. Clear victory. Nabooru had 2,291 Gerudo troops, and we lost 121. We had 2,170 remaining. Killed 680 with the enemy Gohma through spiders. Took 138 prisoner. Captain Gerudo had 753 men, lost 0, and killed 0. They weren't even in the battle for some reason. Just stood there, we forgot to send them in, I believe. Yeah. Captain Harris, 2005 Gohma spiders, lost 118. 7 remaining that managed to flee, killed 127 of our troops. Battle took place at Haunted Wasteland 10 after Ganon. So we played 10 turns without a battle. It took 10 turns until our first battle. Ice Archers, they killed 153. Dune Archers killed 63. Marauders killed 162. Yeah, the Marauders did better than the Archers there. Almost the same. Here we have King Balblin, the Balblins. riding the bow riders. The bows, they are bow riders. Okay, and these are the Balblin riders, I think. They are like medium cavalry. Moblins do not have any heavy cavalry. I thought about adding heavy cavalry to the Moblins to balance them out against the Runa, but never did it. Maybe have the armored Moblins as a rider. If you had no room left, you would need to remove a unit for that. Maybe if you start using M2X at some point, where there's no limit, then where there are no limits to how many units you can have, you could add some extra units like heavy cavalry for the Moblins. Okay. Execute. If it crashes, we'll just auto-resolve that. Usually we can execute units after a real-time battle. If you execute a unit after an auto-resolved battle, it's fine. If you execute them after real-time battles, you risk crashing. But if you had a huge army and they had a small army, then usually it's fine. It's when you do it when they had the advantage, that, and not a numerical advantage. I mean the balance of power needs to be in their favor for it to be a risk for crashing. For some reason the game doesn't like when we win against the odds. If the odds are on our side, then it doesn't matter if we execute them. It prefers when factions are like if the balance of power favors a faction, it prefers if that faction wins. And this is a problem only in this mod, not in some of the others. I think it's caused by some of the scripts, but it's hard to say. Smudge the troops and move Nabooru's army towards the Gohma there. Have a new general here too. This force towards Ashnon as well. Like that we have a general there. I forgot that we had an enemy here. So we have half an army, we have 11 units. 10, 13, 15 units with those guys. Hmm. 3, 4. Units. 8. No, we need one more. We have a general here, yes. And then we will simply send a vegan unit there. We can send some reinforcements to the capital. General could move down towards Ayloch. We don't have a general. And we could use some buildings. Maybe a green exchange. The capital. And we end the turn there. Problem is if Stallord was that took Paladorf, he will attack one of our weak areas. Or if the Twilight will attack the Uduna province of the King of Hyrule. I know that the King of Hyrule is gonna attack Ayloch at some point. And I know that the Uduna province will enter the desert at some point and attack Xanadorf held by the rebels. It's a Gerudo area. It's a rebel area at the start. And I know that the Twilight might attack Ashnon. We don't want the areas to be too weak. The Gohma invaded from the, believe, the north, so we need to handle them first. The main army. And of some report, Lisafos are the overall strongest faction, or is the overall strongest faction. Stallord possesses the strongest military relations version. Kingdom of Hyrule. You have poor relations. The kingdom. Let's move society. Need more archers for sure, and marauders. Need more troops. Get out of money again. They fled. Good. Almost a full-sized army now. Second army almost ready. Koume back. Oh no, they have this unit. The High Keepers, they are really dangerous to kill. And the Royal Larva, yeah, can take 1,000,000 arrows. And the only way to easily kill them is by using mages. Royal Larvae are good for smaller spiders. Nabooru unit general. So we could still fight the battle. We'll have to save the game before we do. I think it might get worse if we might end worse if we fight in real time. They might also win if we do this. We'll see. Clear victory. We won. Good. We wanted to win without having to fight those giants. Now they are inside the settlement. Well, we can lay siege to the place. We don't need any siege equipment except to start the battle. We can have one ram, it's fine. We'll fight the next battle in real time against Moruge. Have some reinforcements there. They had a garrison there. This unit is dangerous. That's why Outer is sold. It was easy to win against it in Outer is sold. Okay, Link can move out in case the place is ever attacked. I think it's pretty cool, this Link. Anyway, let's end the turn. Annoying sound. The microphone, and no idea what's causing it. Force after Twilight sent a priest outside of Passion on our capital. That means they will send an army soon. invade. The AI usually sends priests first to indicate that they are about to attack. We'll move back towards the capital with the army. Send Link there too. He's just a bit moved towards Paladorf in case the Gohma send their troops there again. Right. Gohma sent reinforcements, including a general, Primus, bodyguard of Gohma Laraya. Don't like having Gohma as a neighbor. Seem to be leading. Let's save the game. I don't really want to resolve this one, but we will fight the battle on the battle map. This will be the true battle. The episode. Alright, the battle starts. The deployment. Kamek mode on. Had the Gohma unique terrain, really cool. The Gohma unique settlement. Gohma banners at the plaza. It's like Gohma Hive of Moruge. Our army outside. We have the Dark Knight Ram. Shared with the Dark Knight Legion. It's really huge. We have the same culture. That's why. Start the battle, pause the game. Send in our troops. Q, we can make them blink like this. Our troops are the green ones, and the red ones are enemy troops. It's been a while since I used that. Thought they're hard to see here, difficult to see, so we needed to use it. And drop the ram. Send in our marauders. We need to be sure that they are not the ranged units. This might be the ranged one. No, I think it's a melee one. Also send in the spearmen. Here I had some reinforcements. These are ranged. Okay. Of course we'll send some ranged units against them. I think both of them are ranged. No, this one is not. Send the spearman there. Another ranged unit. Have them in formation. infantry. The spearmen against them. So they need some marauders against these guys. Right, the rest of the archers I think it will lose formation and will be used against that hive keeper at the center. Need to take it out with ranged units. Otherwise it will be a problem. It can shoot small spiders at us and it's very difficult to kill. You won't be able to kill it in melee. Leave it's mortal. In melee. No fire trail. Will kill the hive keepers especially. See, they shoot the smaller spiders. We'll have Nabooru's clear ability on as well. It's a very OP unit, overpowered unit. Probably we're not intended to be that overpowered against the infantry. I really need to get the new headset so we don't have this irritating sound in the back. It ends when I stop the microphones. It's connected to the microphone. Probably the cable is broken to some extent. Something is causing a disruption. I mean the headset works, but you have this annoying noise in the background. They didn't have in the past. What's happening over here? Our troops. Yeah, Dune archers are starting to fire. Their ranged units. Our Glaive Grunts are almost upon their infantry. Gohma units are slightly better than the larvae, yeah. They are still not very good. They are a bit bigger. They have 2 light arms instead of 1. Might still be able to win against the Glaive Grunts. Might be able to win against Glaive Grunts. We'll send a unit of data marauders there too. Killed 2 of the 3 enemy generals. Probably captains, all of them. Archer firing at these guys now. Took out one of these guys. They are not immortal against arrows. That's good to know. They are firing spiders at us. Smaller spiders. Right. Really like the terrain. The Gohma. Looks very immersive, very beautiful terrain, custom, different from other mods. Still, they take a lot of arrows. Send the ice archers too. What's happening over here? The Glaive Grunts fighting their Gohma larvae, yeah. The Dara marauders in battle against their juveniles. They're stronger than the larvae, yeah. See, they have 2 arms. They're a bit bigger. Well, the larvae, they These are the adolescents, they are missile. The larvae, they are smaller than both of them and have only... They have 2 arms, but they do not have as big arms. Kill the 3rd leader, the Gohma. Good. One of our Glaive Grunts have broken. I sent in another Marauder unit against the unit that broke it. So these are the Marauders. All reptilian males. Crocodiles on 2 feet, essentially all lizards. Two archers behind, firing arrows. Right. What's happening? We are hunting them, they're broken. Good, the unit is broke. The Gohma adolescents are broken too. Very good. What about the other force here? We've broken the units here as well. We need to attack the larvae now. This is the 2nd unit of their marauders. The battle. Right, and the main area, as long as we take out those giant hive keepers, should be in the battle. They seem to be taken out. Good. The marauders are still fighting here. Gohma queens are like their officers leading the smaller units. Right. We are losing some troops. We lost 31% and killed 54% of the enemy. They do have numbers in each unit. One of their units is way more numbers than one of our units. Need to defeat the Gohma so that we are not bothered by the Gohma. In the late game, we are surrounded by other factions. We will protect our northern flank. If we defeat the Gohma, we have no enemy to the north. I mean, to the east we have the Kingdom of Hyrule, and to the south we have the Udona province and the forces of the Twilight. And to the west, I believe that we have allies in the form of the Dark Legion. They might betray us too. We also have the Stallord next to us, and they are enemies. They could attack. The Gohma are the most dangerous now, since they stopped being a passive faction. They were a passive faction in 2019 and all the way until I fixed the issue with the passive, with the bankrupted factions. I believe not just the Gohma, but the Visro, the Twilight City, they were all bankrupted because they had generals giant generals that bankrupted them. I removed all the upkeep from giant generals to remove that issue, because they are generals, their upkeep multiplied each turn became crazy sums in no time at all. So I believe I fixed that in 2024 in October in this version. So I had fixed it in 4.7 first in April 2024 or March 2024, and then I fixed it in this version in October 2024. So it's pretty recent. I haven't played the mod a lot since October 2024. Played it a bit in December, did custom battles, and also started a campaign as the King of Hyrule and played a few episodes. Then I played it in beginning of in April 2025 as the Sheikah, the Uruna province, Sora, but didn't play much more, and then played an episode as the Uruna province in this version in November last year, 2025. So I have hardly played this version. That's why some of the changes from 2024 still seems new to me. I haven't played the mod since I changed stuff. Not with any faction that fights the Gohma anyway. I mean, the Order of the Visro is also getting attacked by the Gohma in the early game, and the Kingdom of Hyrule. The Gerudo got attacked way sooner than the others. It's like the first target of the Gohma is the Gerudo. I seem to have broken my orders, by the way. So we need to send in the Glaive Grunts now. Just the Larvae. And could also send in Dune archers against the ranged units. Could send in some archers. Doesn't really hurt. Broke the Glaive Grunts here. Send in the Marauders then. I saw they were nearby. These are in loose formation and still stand this close to each other. Lost all our basic infantry troops. Alright. I mean, we lost 43% of our troops and 2% of the enemy. We let our range units do the rest until they run out of arrows. But the Dairas can also fight them on the ground. They are stronger, and unlike the Knuckles, they are not slow. They're actually pretty fast for heavy infantry. We are losing the Dairas, 15 remaining of one unit and 78 the other. We lost almost the entire unit there. Might even be shooting down some of our own troops, but I don't think so. I think they are killing him. Sent in some more Glaive Grunts. Entire unit. Spearmen. They're good against cavalry, but not very good in melee. They are a basic unit. Like the militia of Gerudo. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, a game from 1997, I believe. The most popular Zelda game ever. I believe that they are the militia or police or force of Gerudo. They patrol the prisons and the cities, but in this mod I believe the marauders are the militia. The spearmen are slightly better. And we killed 88%, we lost 54%. Haven't won yet, so we can't end the battle yet. Really like the Gohma terrain, so immersive and unique. The trees, etc. looks cool too. Oh, here's the other unit for the tree if there are marauders. We're a bit away, that's why it took a while to reach the Gohmas. There are no other version they ever have the Dire Marauders, at least not more than the mercenary unit you hire in the very beginning. I believe I hired that unit and then I lost it and then I never saw them again in the game. And they were only available to the Gerudo out of the factions I played. I know they are available to the Dark Legion as a mercenary. And that they were more common there, but I never played the Dark Legion, so they are a faction that has received a lot of changes in the submod, so we will certainly make an episode on them as well. It's nice that the Gerudo have more heavy infantry available, even if they are only available from 2 areas. They will be available from this area, Moruge, and from Paladorf, as we saw. By taking this area, we have the second area where we can get the marauders. The Moruge area of the Gohma is worth having for the Gerudo, the submod, because it's one of 2 areas where you can get the Dairas, the Daira marauders. Unless the Gerudo are in need of heavy infantry, that's a good thing. Would have wanted them to be added as mercenaries, but the problem was that they were available to too many factions. One could limit them through religion probably, but I don't want it to be available to all the goddess worshipping factions. If the Gerudo had a unique religion, it could have been an option. We are killing our own guys, I think. Let's move them out of there. Seem to be shooting down our own troops. We lost the other unit entirely. Seems our archers have no ammo left. Okay, go back, kill them. Send in the national generals too. Change my mind. Stop the national non-generals. The dire marauders will stop too. They still had arrows, the other 3 units there. But they are too. Move back. Kill one arrow there. Use the hero ability of Nabooru. Decrease the fatigue of our troops. We won the battle. 99% enemies killed. 67% allies killed. Can't really see the enemy. Here is a unit. Try to hit them. One of the units have no ammo. The ice archers, the green archers. All of them have no ammo. Okay, let's send in the data marauders to finish this guys off. Can I fast forward on to? Can disable flashing lights. Oh, they killed one of them, 2 of them, I killed 3 of them, shit. They might be able to kill the last one too. They were more numbers than I thought. Yeah, they won. Send in the national generals then. One of our Glaive Grunts left the battlefield. Okay, there are the Arsenal generals. They upgraded, like marauders can look like this, but first they look like the captain, then they look like the general. This is like the general. So they have their own unit too. They didn't bother to remove it, but they are used as armor upgrades as well. They are more numerous. Weaker stats. Here they have better stats, but are fewer in number. 13 in a full unit. I think we won the battle. Killed 100% of the enemy, lost 50% of our army, so they killed half the army. Nabooru, the Sage of Spirits, had 1038, Gerudo lost 1022, have 1016 remaining. Enemies killed 2228 and took 470 Gohma prisoner, and they have 0 remaining alive out of their 3 armies led by captains, and they killed a few of our troops. Killed more than 1000 of our troops though. The battle took place at Moruge, the Gohma settlement, at 14 after Ganon. The Ice Archers killed 59, Dune Archers killed 271, Glaive Grunts killed 183. Another unit of Glaive Grunts killed 64. Marauders killed 174, 43, 212. And 251 were killed by the Dune Archers. And another Dune Archer unit killed 178. Vegans killed 0, we didn't use them actually. Their Marauders, one of the units killed 239 and another one killed 301. That was actually really good. The Bronze Knuckles, Iron Knuckles and Gold Knuckles were used. The Arsenal Generals killed 9 at the end. Glaive Grunts killed 108. So their Marauders are really good actually. And the Dune Archers of course. You have Lord Aghanim, the leader of the Sheikah, Kader, and Vath the Fortunate, leader of the Dark Legion, and we have Onan, general of the custom general of the Dark Legion. So all of them are 3 custom generals, but you get this one in the late game, I believe. You start with these 2. They are the leaders of the factions. Vath is like a secret leader, and Aghanim is the official leader of the Sheikah. Aghanim is also the father of Princess Zelda 4 and the husband of Princess Zelda 3. And Vath is like a demon. He's not human. Prisoners captured Gohma. We won the battle, but I don't know if we dare to execute this time. We'll release them. We'll just walk in. If I had clicked execute, the game could have crashed, which you didn't want. Get the army post, and we will go for the archery range. We can get their Marauders here. Take 2 turns to recruit, but you need to wait 5 turns before they are available. See, they have 8 attack, 3 charge bonus. In total they have 11 attack and 7 defense, 1 hit points, bonus fighting cavalry. They're good against cav. Excellent morale, and have very good stamina. They are really good actually. Compare with the Glaive Grunts, they have 4 attack, 3 charge. So in total they have 7 attack instead of 11. 5 total defense instead of 7, I believe. The dire Marauders. The Marauders, they 5 defense, same as the Glaive Grunts. 1 hit points, 7 attack or 3 charge bonus. Total they have 10 attack. The dire Marauders at 11. Some reinforcements. Nabooru's army there. Just out to win this. Can execute when we have to resolve the battle. That's fine. Shit. Didn't want Nabooru to be alone. Alright, kill a few of them. The battle resolves. Problem is, Kingdom of Hyrule might attack here. We'll still move some troops. Move Link down there, defend. We need some reinforcements for Nabooru there. Go to cavalry and do scouts there. hate this noise in the background. I don't think I can fix it. I don't know if Twinrova is as strong as Hyrule. We tried taking areas with Fi as the Kingdom of Hyrule and it failed. She was too weak. Hyrule it worked fine. False Goddess of the Order of the Visrobe. Twinrova I think could work. We will see. So we will end the turn. Now the Twilight Priest is outside of Ashnon. We'll send an army soon. That's the problem with the Gerudo, that they are surrounded by enemies. Start. Send a general into Ashnon. Send some troops to Nabooru. Legends worse and Dodona province poor. Recruitment report, yeah. Mounted scouts and scouts in different locations. They have scouts in Paladorf, mounted scouts in Ashnon, the capital, and two archers in Ayloch. So a new Gerudo archer range in Moruge. Alright. We're done. Roa. This army have hardly any range units, only the Vagans could probably kill Stallord easily and have the horse units too. Most of them are not suited to take out Stallord. Twinrova, she could also probably take him out. Attack here. I think we can use ladders but not towers here. There's also necromancers outside. So we can start the battle immediately now thanks to Twinrova. She's a giant. She counts as a siege engine. But the question is if she is good enough to take out the gate of the city. You might want to build a ram just to be safe. Some other stuff. We'll recruit another Dune archer there. Of the Gerudo outpost or whatever, army post. Need 3, 4, 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4 units with this one. And we can go for the siege works at Ashnon, the capital. So this army will wait on reinforcements, will end the turn. The problem with the Gerudo is that they are surrounded by enemies on all sides. They have one ally to the west, but the allies can also betray you, so they would essentially be attacked from all the sides. We have a new general at Ashnon. Do we have a general here? No. We'll send this general all the way to Paladorf. This unit can enter Ashnon. These troops could enter Moruge. Wait 3 more turns before we can recruit those data marauders. Now we can attack the Stalfos area. They have a unit of Stalfos Urdi, Undead Highlands, and they have the giant Stallord creature. He's OP in this version. So let's say the game. Kind of want to retake this area in this episode. We aren't supposed to lose at the beginning of the campaign. The first battle with Link. Here are the River Sora, there Princess Sukuf and the army, raiders, Geosards, manhunters. Alright, start deployment. We'll use the Kamek mod, so you can zoom in and out without limit. Here's the army. Over there. So Twinrova, we've seen her in my custom battle videos already in December 2024, but this is the first time I have her in a campaign, I believe, as a giant. She's using the Viren animation, Great Fairy Viren. Fits very well with her. See that her hair is still grey, she's still an old woman, but these are now fire and ice beams instead of her, and the face is a little bit less old. You look at her here, she looks older. She looks younger in the face because she's a witch. She can use magics to make herself look more beautiful. Okay, so let's start battle. Vegans can be loose formation. These guys can be loose formation too. We don't want them to waste their arrows. We shouldn't waste their arrows. I mean ammunition. Neither. We'll use one of our units. Take out the gate. We can also use marauders, the walls. I don't know how many ladders we can use here. Not too many, I believe. Yes, ladders work on these walls. They are a bit small for the ladders. Enemies here, Undead Urdi, Undead Highlands. So the special ability Deception, Twinrova makes target enemy attack their own allies for a period of time. Won't use it now. Goddess Blessing, your soldiers will no longer fatigue for the rest of the battle. You'll use that with Link. The marauders are disembarking. They will handle the undead on the walls. Where Stallord is a problem. It's a really high defense. Undead dragon. Need to take him out with Twinrova or someone. Try firing at him with the Volvagians. They could one-shot him if they hit him. There's a risk they will hit our own troops too. Destroy the gate now. And the battle started. Yeah, the undead have swarmed the marauders here. They should have... they might be better. They are highlands, but they are undead, so I don't know. They're still moving up the ladders there. Just attack there, this unit. Will not be in loose formation, let's just charge tight formation. What is happening? The sound started to work again, but it's bugged out. It's very weird. It happened in the menu too. It would be the tool, the M28, the Medieval Total War engine or project tool. Because recently Windows updates have caused programs that edit the exe files of games, for example, like the Medieval Total War engine or project tool or M2 tool, have caused them to not function properly, or it's like they try to prevent them from working. And I wouldn't be surprised if there could be a problem with the tool, causing it to crash. On Windows 7 you can basically play Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate without the tool, and it will still not crash a lot, because it's only on Windows 10 and 11 that you needed a tool to prevent giants and such from crashing. But I don't know here, we didn't even use the giants. We had Twinrova in the battle, but 3 wasn't even... usually you need to have the camera on the unit for it to crash. I don't know what happened here. Anyway, we will try that battle again later, but we'll end the first video here. Start the next video with that battle. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye. Hello, Mr. Niren here, welcome back to Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate. My submod for an Effluent mod or Ice Cream Man's mod Hyrule Total War. This submod was released in June 15th, 2019, first release, and this is the latest release from November 25th, 2025. Alright, we crashed in the battle, there were an old crash, so we'll try it again. We have one situation, we are leading slightly, we are facing off against Stallord. The stall, if it continues to be an issue, crashing, then I believe that it's either the old EOP tool, it might not work as well anymore, you know, Windows security updates are causing trouble for tools like the Engine Oral Project tool. So it might stop working because of some Windows update or something, I don't know. And because they have caused Diablo 2 mods to stop working. There are Diablo 2 mods that work similarly to EOP and they stopped working. All of a sudden they worked fine last year. And then all of them stopped working after an update. I have shut down all the Windows updates, but sometimes it seems to update anyway. Okay. So my microphone had been kind of broken the last week or so, the last 10 days since I did the Star Wars video. I managed to get it to work, and now it's stronger than before, I believe. The voice sounds stronger, I believe. You can hear it, it's louder now. Okay, let's start the deployment. And enable the Kamek mode so we can zoom in and out. We are attacking this settlement, Paladorf, held by, they took it from us, it's using the Ashnon custom settlement. We've already checked the units, so this is a continuation of the other video because I didn't want to upload the other video that I recorded like more than a week ago because I felt like I recorded it like felt like I wanted it to be longer and I wanted to do more in the video because the Visrobe and the Kingdom of Hyrule videos were longer, like 4 or 5 hours, and each, and this one should also be the same length because the first videos always do the best in terms of viewers perfection. So I want to preview the Gerudo. I want as much as possible to be in the first video. I didn't want to upload a video at 1 hour 35 minutes or so, or 2 hours something, where it crashed at the end and where I didn't get to preview a lot of stuff. Twinrova is a giant here. She has been a giant since October 2024, so 2 years, but I have hardly played the game since she became a giant. I did play a few custom battles already in December 2024 with her being shown, but I have hardly played the campaign. I haven't played the Gerudo campaign. I believe I did create a Gerudo campaign in early 2024. That was before the change, before she became giant. Okay, let's start the battle. We'll destroy the gate house and drop this ram. All the ranged units that are firing could be one group. They could be loose formation. Can group the Glaive Grunts, Spearmen, one group. Vegan shouldn't fire at will. Could also be loose formation. We want them to take out Stallord. So in this version I believe I'm using the file that makes giants like really powerful. So I didn't want to waste ammo, but Twinrova can also shoot. And we have Link in this battle. He is a bodyguard of the 2 guards in the Gerudo faction. Yes, this bodyguard, the only 4.6 unit. I thought about giving an older model the shields and the swords, but decided that they would look worse. That's why I ported this unit. I know it looks a bit out of place, but it's the coolest unit in their HD roster, and instead of moving over the shield and sword, I decided to just port the entire unit. Yeah, it looks a little bit too good. If I update it and remove the HD models, it would have to go. We would have to give Link a different one. But in this version, they are his bodyguard. He has a unique skin here, the mirror shield. I think we will avoid using troops on the walls, but we will still use some on the walls so they can fight the... Maybe we won't. We will send for Twinrova. We want her to kill Stallord. Stallord is very powerful, but we can easily kill him with the Greek fire projectile of Twinrova. So we are moving her in. She's a giant too, she won't die easily unless she's hit by Stallord's projectile. That would suck if he killed Twinrova. Might have to send in troops. Sacrifice them. Yes, very unique projectile. Same as the Odonian unique siege. Similar to a Greek projectile, but attacks many at once. Very unique projectile. Dangerous for Twinrova too. We don't care if we kill our own troops. Good, finally she attacked. Yes, we took him out. Perfect. Stallord is dead. The timer is no longer 20 minutes in Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate. It used to be 20 minutes in both Warcraft Total War and Hyrule Total War Classic Ultimate, but it's no longer because the final battle mission, Hyrule Historia mission, couldn't be won in 20 minutes. Then the timer would be too slow and you would lose due to a draw. They had to limit down to 10 minutes in this mod to kill the giant skeleton dragon here, Stallord. He was from the game The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. They have no ranged units, we can let our troops kill them now. Here is Twinrova. I move her back. We are fighting the Stallord's early troops, the undead Highland soldiers. They have a varied bunch of skeleton models. Some of them are without helmets, others are without shields. They wear Highland helmets, shields and swords. And tabards in some cases. The undead Highland males. Okay, so Gerudo women against the undead Highlands. The only danger was the Stallord dragon. Could have defeated the rest of the army on its by itself, essentially. It didn't use Twinrova. Took back this place. It was taken because Stallord attacked, and because he's a giant, he couldn't hold it with the single unit he had there as a garrison. So I wanted this Gerudo video to be longer. This crashed, I didn't want it to end there. Just fast forward now. We won the battle, we lost 2% and killed 100% of the enemy. Okay, they have 0 remaining. Just Paladorf, 18 after Ganon. Alright. So we managed to win the battle. See if it will crash after the battle. They are the giants, when they are more powerful, are more likely to cause post-battle crashes. We'll see. Hopefully it won't happen then. Or we might need to restart the campaign and use the file that where they are very weak. Right, Twinrova and Link took back Paladorf. Save the game. And alright, this one. Still have money. Maybe we got some money when we took the area. Maybe we have money. Let's get another general. Maybe not. We can get some new units, including wind witches. We'll go for a witch unit. They are good against giants. Some rangers. Alright, and leave a unit here. General can move there next time. Who will we attack? Nabooru in Gohma lands. We don't really want to conquer the Gohma at the beginning. No. Can move these troops somewhere. Ah, the Stalfos have an area here. Take it next and defeat the Stalfos. They are not that strong in these parts. Take this area down here, then they will be defeated there. They will have other areas far away from us. Okay, and the Twili, they are likely to attack Ashnon. We need to keep Nabooru's army over there against the Gohma. We have an ally, the Dark Legion, over here. The neutral faction is Suna. We don't need to care about them. Hyrule might attack this place. Okay. To move this unit, Paladorf, and end the turn. It's a more difficult campaign now. We are playing very hard, and also in the past when I moved the troops to the forest temple to get Phantom Ganon, I believe that we had a less aggressive Gohma faction because they were bankrupted, so they wouldn't do anything. And there are a few others that were bankrupted too, like the Visrobe and the Twili. Now they are not bankrupted. But there is the Stalfos area. Here's an army. Stalfos Gerudo, undead Gerudo women, and then they have the Arms of Dead Hand, undead Dark Stalfos. They are essentially the undead Dark Nuts. Relations version, King of Hyrule Relations. Report a few new units. Construction report. We have the siege works constructed somewhere. The Lisbos are the strongest faction. Alright. Alright, so hello, so there is a lot of bruises or disruptions ahead for some reason. Alright. I can conquer this place alone, I believe. Alright, so there were a few issues with the cable, I believe. Hopefully it got fixed. It's now. Let's attack Stalf's army. We got 2-1 army strength ratio in our favor. See the game. Write the battle on the battle map. Fuck, did it crash? Yeah, I believe it's because of the EUP tool. Windows security update. This never happened when I played since 2019. This year is the first time and this has started to happen. It's because we need to use the tool on Windows 10 to prevent giants and animals and some spiders from crashing in certain modes like Warcraft and Hyrule. And for some reason the tool and other programs that edit the .exe file, they don't work properly. Some update has caused that, I believe. So, or it's could be Microsoft like the Python program that is used to run the tool. Maybe it isn't running properly because of something in the background. Yeah, it causes it to crash like this in places where it never crashed before. It's very irritating. Alright, so we will have to restart the game. Can't end the recorder on the desktop, I believe. I will need to try and reinstall the drivers, etc. because I can't have the EUP tool crash. I mean, both of my main mods, the Submod for Hyrule and Warcraft Total War, they won't be playable if EUP doesn't work. I don't know about modern EUP, but the 2020 tool that I'm using has issues. It seems it crashes randomly here and there. I believe it was the same crash in the battle. The tool just crashes randomly, unlike before. Okay, see you later. Bye.